looks like we are live again this wonderful, soggy Saturday, everybody. But thank you for tuning in again. This is, again, the Team Bonus Action Charity Stream, the Frozen Vaults. We are on day 2, the Deep Dark Woods. As a reminder, this is a charity stream for the Batson Hospital in Jackson, Mississippi, to help raise any and all funds to aid in their research and care of children and a myriad of fields of medicine. And if you can donate, please do. As a recap from last night, the party was hired by the Traven family through their associate, Leftfoot Lenny, to escort a group of Solstice Academy students who are transporting some item through Savalierwood up to the city of Palebank. They made it through the woods. They settled down for an evening's rest after procuring a cart so that their turtle friend would not fall too far behind or break whatever other vehicle that he was being carried in. On watch, Esmeralda and Ember saw some odd creatures, confronted them. It seemed like it might have been a bad idea because some of them were will-o'-the-wisps that took Ember down, but she has been brought back up. The dryads were dealt with at the dried creek bed, and then the last thing from last night is the forest started to move. And the party is now facing a massive, gnarly, rotted, and muck-filled giant tree person.
Question, was this a tree that was formerly there and then awoke, or was this like a tree person that emerged from the trees from somewhere?
It is a tree person that emerged from the trees. But I asked last night, does anyone speak Sylvan?
I can cast comprehend languages as a ritual. If I could do that real quick,
I don't believe this big boy is going to give you 10 minutes to cast a ritual spell.
Okay, well then, no.
But it comes out and it's got this deep bellowing that's echoing throughout the forest, and it's looking around for something. And then its vision falls upon the party, specifically the individual that has charred a 10-foot circle in the middle of what used to be other plant people. And you just hear, and it points at you, Ember.
Oh, goody. Yay. I am very nervous at this moment, fearing for my life.
So does it look hostile towards the 6, 7 of us?
It doesn't look happy with you. But it has just walked up and it is surveying what is before it at the moment. It seems like it might be a little bit smarter than some of the other ones you just dealt with.
Well, guys, how about we just slowly back away?
I'm good with that. I'm totally good with that.
That sounds reasonable.
So I'm going to back away with my hands up. I'm going to put my rod, let my rod just dangle, attached to a chain on my belt. So I'm going to back away.
Yeah, Esmeralda wants to hide behind the nearest tall person.
Ember is going to put her great axe away, or her great axe, and back away as well.
Okay, y'all can go ahead and start backing your tokens away if you're saying you're backing away.
Aku is going to back away, but stay, like, right in between the party and the... But still, obviously, like, backing away. He puts his flail away. He's still holding his shield just in case, but... He's kind of bringing up the rear, just walking back.
Don't lead it back to the camp.
Okay, is Tala backing away?
Come on, girl.
This lumbering hulk of a figure makes its way over to where you had killed most of the dryads that are kind of burnt and ashy wood. And you hear kind of a sad moan and cry come from it as it kneels down and kind of picks them up. And they just kind of crumble in its big woody hands that look like limbs, more like limbs and stones molded into forms of hands.
Did we kill his babies?
What?
It's just...
No, it's like the freaking elephant all over again.
Oh my god. If we did kill its babies, they were some ugly, ugly babies.
Do you say that out loud?
Oh god, no. No, I do not say that out loud. I just...
Yeah, the goblin would have been very offended.
It seems to be focusing on the remains of the dryads for now. Do y'all continue to back away?
Yep.
As I'm backing away, because wasn't there a dryad, like, kind of in this area that we killed to, like, somewhere?
Yes, there was. There was the one that got Eldritch Blast blown up at the feet. It would now be at the feet of Opal.
Okay, as I pass by it, I'm just gonna pause for a minute and kind of lower my head in a silent prayer and look over at the tree person and just kind of lower my head with a sad expression with like one hand on my chest and then slowly back away from this one as well. Kind of more to signify I'm sorry, there's one here as well.
Okay, Opal, what do you do?
Sorry, I was posting on social media. Does it look like it wants to attack us, or is it just sad?
At the moment, it looks sad, as much as you can read an expression off of a tree face.
Alright, I'm actually gonna back up. I'm actually gonna back up to Ember. And I am gonna cast Cure Wounds on her at 3rd. As that's the only level I can cast things at.
Much appreciated.
Oh wait, Cure Wounds is part of my feat. So I don't think I cast it at 3rd level.
And you cast it at its lowest level.
That's fine. Okay. Still, I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on Ember. 4 HP.
It's better than nothing.
And I'm just gonna kind of stand in front of them and keep an eye on the tree and see what it's doing. See if it's gonna attack or if it's gonna slink off.
It sees the one. You can see the Treant, or the Treant, however you're supposed to say it. It looks around. It sees the other crumpled and broken.
I could turn it off, but I could put my cape on to try and kind of hide the fact that the source is coming from me.
But it's looking right at you.
Did you unrage?
Unfortunately, no.
I thought all that needed to pass was one full turn of not taking damage or damaging.
We would get to right about that, so yeah, the aura is now about to go poof.
That said, it's still a Fire Ganassi.
Still Fire Ganassi, still Flamey Fiery Head, Fiery... Well, no, you put your axe up already, so it stands, reaches a hand down, and then flings a massive handful of mud straight at Ember.
Wait, we're all in front of Ember.
Well, the good news is that it got a 12, which I don't believe hits Ember, but a giant clump of mud the size of this probably good 20-foot tall Treant's handful of mud just lands next to y'all with a heavy thud and actually deforms the earth a little bit, and it lets out another bellow.
Does the Treant look purple, like everything else we were fighting?
Yes. It looks purple, much like the whole of the Savalierwood has a kind of purpley tint to it.
Can I ready a spell to charge it?
You can. You would like to hold an action. What spell would you like to ready?
Shatter. It looks like it's going to come forward. I'm going to cast it.
Okay. But it is...
Go ahead and put it.
What'd you say?
You'll see. Go ahead.
Okay, so it's gotten up, and it is definitely not happy with all of you, and its focus is at the Fire Ganassi because fire bad. Again, you hear these deep, guttural phrases that sound almost like the bending and bowing of a tree branch coming from it as it points at y'all, and it's very angry. So, okay, so you're going to allow Shatter to go off on it. It needs to make a con save.
Angry tree.
That's right. 16 is the number.
Okay, so it would have failed your save, so go ahead and roll your damage. Because it got a 14, which is less than 16. Okay, so click your damage on Shatter, so it'll do it.
13.
Okay, and we now find ourselves back in combat. Remember to click your token when you roll initiative.
I keep forgetting what which one's my token.
I think Asariah and Aku might need to re-roll because we...
Yeah, I didn't totally botch initiative this time.
That 12 for Hex is supposed to be for Tala. I forgot to click her token. But it's right there. But Hex's initiative is supposed to be.
Okay, do we got everybody?
I think we need to roll off between Asariah and I, though, because we got the same.
What is your dex? What's your dex mod?
Mine's only a +1.
You said 2, Asariah?
That's right.
Okay, so the order is correct. So the first in the turn order is going to be Esmeralda. Esmeralda, this thing just slammed a chunk of dirt right about here almost as big as the people in your group. Definitely bigger than you.
Okay. Do, do, do. Should I make him reroll? Because my second chance ability is very, very useful.
You will not. We did re-roll initiative, so you would get that ability back. But he has not had to roll anything yet, other than a failed save on Shatter.
Okay, never mind. I'm gonna crossbow him.
All right. Let's see. A 19 will hit, so that is okay. You shoot your hand crossbow into him, Esmeralda, or into the Treant. It slams just above the knee, hits the tree trunk with a thunk, and it just looks down at it, looks at you with, like, if a tree could give a "oh really" face, this is what you're doing.
Oh, fuck.
What do you wish to do now, Esmeralda?
The Sacred Flame ability is just light, it's not fire, right?
It is just a radiant spell, but you've already made your regular attack action with your hand crossbow.
Right.
But no, Sacred Flame is not actual fire.
Dang it. That would be really useful right now. Barbarian, we need to light this tree on fire.
Yeah, well, it already knows I killed its baby, so what harm could it do for me to blow it up?
Do you have any more rages left this day?
I have one rage left, but I also have burning hands and produce flame.
Cool.
Can I use Vicious Mockery?
You've already used your action to attack with your hand crossbow.
Alright, I'm not really sure what to do.
You still have a bonus action, which means you could healing word somebody. You could still move, or you could use your bonus action for any other spell that requires a bonus action.
Does anyone need healing right now?
Ember does, always.
Alright, Ember, have some healing word.
What is your healing word to her?
Flame on!
Okay, so flame on, 4 HP. Are you going to move, Esmeralda, or are you going to stay there?
I'm gonna stay put.
Okay. Hex.
Alright. Bonus action, Hunter's Mark on the tree.
All right.
And I'm going to move up just a tad. And I'm going to throw a vial of alchemist fire on you.
Oh, I accidentally took the hunter's mark off. There we go. So you are going to throw vial of alchemist fire. That would be a strength check to throw it at him.
Alright. Would I have my proficiency to that?
Do you have proficiency in thrown weapons?
I believe so.
So yes.
Alright.
Oof. Yeah, you chunk that pretty good. You chunk it pretty good.
So, and what damage? How much damage is alchemist fire?
Let's see. Let me double check. Because I think I remember 3.5 in Pathfinder's alchemist fire damage more than I do 5e's.
It's 1d4 fire damage at the start of each of its turns until it puts it out with a DC 10 dexterity check.
Alright. So roll. Well, its initial damage I would say would be 2d4 fire damage. Alright.
And then also get the hex damage, correct?
Hex, you mean Hunter's Mark?
Yeah.
Yeah, it should get Hunter's Mark as well.
So 10 plus 15 total.
Okay. So that happened. You just see the Treant go up in flames on its shoulder and left arm. It's definitely not happy about that. Opalescent.
I am going to go simple, and I'm going to cast Elder's Blast.
All right. Cast your Eldritch Blast. A 16 will barely hit and 11 will miss. Okay, so it takes 2 force damage. Are you going to be moving?
Yeah, I'm gonna move so we're not all clumped up in one spot. So I'm gonna move. Right. And I believe that will end my turn.
Okay, so he'll take another D4 at the start of his turn, correct? Tech or Hex?
Yeah, correct.
So roll your D4.
One.
Big tree boy is not so happy with you making you setting him on fire and all, and so he is going to try to slam you.
That's gonna hit.
The 15 will hit.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna click slam again so I don't have that nat 20 in there, so it does. Well, no, it should tell us what the damage was. Yeah, there's no armor right now.
That's why my AC is 13. Oh my god.
So that should be. Let's see, it's 3d6. It didn't. So you take 17 bludgeoning, and you are now grappled. And the Treant is then going to chunk you at Ember. Using the stats for Mud Clump. There's a 21's gonna hit, isn't it? Okay, so
This is funny.
Theoretically, since I have the reaction where someone's within 5 feet of me, I can make it disadvantage. As he passes 5 feet away from me, can I at least minimize the damage that he takes?
no. You're literally watching a human get thrown like a baseball at somebody. You don't exactly have the time to react to that because it's Hex. Okay. So you both take 7 bludgeoning from. You take 7 hex damage. Ember and Hex, you take 7 hex damage.
7 hex damage. Like, she takes hex damage and he takes Ember damage.
And you are both knocked prone.
Alright.
And the Treant then just looks at you all and yells. And you can see the purple energy start welling up in its body and in some of the trees around it.
Oh god.
This is fine.
It's not good.
Tala's go.
Alright. She is gonna run up. And attack the tree.
Oh, okay.
She's gonna get thrown too.
A 18 will hit.
Awesome. Needs to make a strength save. I'm sure it's gonna pass. I figured. But 11 piercing hit.
You notice that Tala's bite on it doesn't seem to have as much effect. It will use one of its legendary actions at the end of Tala's turn and make a slam attack against her. That's a 23.
It's gonna hit her.
No, it doesn't hit.
That is 20 bludgeoning.
Ah!
And Tala is now in this thing's grip. Grappled and restrained.
Oh, baby. He warned you about an animal companion, Devin.
Ember!
I don't know, I like the crew's idea to get the...
I definitely like Food's idea too, out of character.
Because realistically, low AC's no bueno, and if it's lobbing stuff, if y'all get out of range and it tries to lob at me, I've got full AC right now. I'll keep retreating so it has to keep moving, but we need some frickin' armor here. That's just my personal opinion.
Well, I don't have armor, so I would probably just stay with you.
Yeah,
I think
Go ahead.
sorry. I think I'm just gonna do produce flame and try to start throwing fire back at it.
Okay, what's the range on produce flame?
30 foot.
Okay, if you use half your movement to stand up, it is definitely within a 30-foot range.
Okay, so I'm gonna do that then.
Okay, roll produce flame. Ooh, a 19 is definitely going to hit.
Yes! That is 12 fire damage.
You just burn away part of one of its legs. It is definitely not happy. Are you going to move or are you going to stand there?
I'm just gonna stay right there.
Okay, it's going to use one of its other legendary actions to chunk the dog.
Not the popper!
That is 20. Assume that hits you, Ember?
Yep.
You both take 13 bludgeoning damage from Tala being thrown into you, and you are knocked prone again.
Yep, I'm definitely down.
You're unconscious?
Yes, sir.
So the wolf has been chunked, the barbarian is unconscious again. Asariah, it's now your go.
I'm down as well, or dead. I don't know how we do that.
I would say Tala is unconscious and could receive. If you treat them like a player character, pretty much on all other stats, I would say that they get death saves. I might just give them 2 instead of 3.
Okay, sounds good.
So the wolf and the barbarian are unconscious, with a fiery Treant just yelling at y'all.
Alright. So, I have a question right here. Could I get in cover right here?
Okay, I'm
If I
moving.
move right here?
Okay, yeah. Yeah, you would receive some cover getting behind that bramble and that tree.
And I'm going to go ahead. Does somebody need to say something? I can stop if you do.
No, I was just going to say, sorry, I'm trying to move the... If I was listening, I was going to say I'm listening, but I'm trying to move the turn order so that we can see you. Yeah, that would be better just to put it right there.
So all I'm going to do is cast Eldritch Blast from cover.
Okay, so you fire Eldritch Blast at it. Give me them Eldritch Blast rolls. .22s will definitely hit. Okay, so that is 24 total Eldritch Blast damage.
Apply Agonizing Blast. It's excellent.
I'm getting to add that charisma modifier to it.
Yup.
The Treant is not looking happy. Aku, it's your go.
Question: if I do a healing spell that adds temporary hit points, would that also though be enough to get somebody?
It would not be. They are unconscious.
Okay, so it would have to be a full heal first.
Yes.
Okay, I'll do lay on hands. Hang on, let me figure out where the heck. Yeah, I'll step back and I'm going to do lay on hands for Ember, and I'm going to draw 10 points from my pool to get her up with 10.
Alrighty.
See?
You're welcome. Aku is going to look at the party and yell, or well, say, I guess it doesn't really yell. Get back, out of range, armor if you have it. Let's try to avoid getting hit by mud balls. Please. Be careful. And he's going to ready his shield and just stand up facing the tree, but staying right in the...
Alright. Esmeralda, back to the top of the turn order. What are you doing?
I would like to use Healing Word on the wolf pupper.
Alright. That's probably your last level 1 spell, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Alright. So roll that beautiful healing word, Healies.
This is just going so well, you guys.
Alright, that's a 4 for healing word for the wolfie.
Y'all just hear as you cast healing words, the wolf go. Back.
You better tell Tala to get back.
Yeah, and I'm gonna use the rest of my turn to just run.
Okay, so you will move 25 feet away. Are you heading back towards the camp? Or are you heading in another direction?
My plan is to head back to camp. We all need our armor.
And the guards might be able to take pot shots if we get close.
Okay, so you're heading back towards the camp.
Start screaming, Murder, that we got trees attacking.
The forest is attacking! The forest is attacking!
The trees!
Hex.
Alright, Hex is going to turn and shoot the Treant with his crossbow.
Okay. Are you shooting from the ground or are you going to stand up? Because you were not prone.
Sorry, I didn't stand up. I forgot I was prone.
A 12 is not going to do it. The arrow kind of shoots through. You think you hit it until you realize where it went through was a kind of a gap in the roots and the tree-like appendages and body of it. It just kind of shot through a cavity. Like, if you'd been intending to do it, it would have been really cool.
Alright, I'm going to use my bonus action to take another.
All right. A 16 barely hits. Okay, so 8 piercing. Again, it kind of like thung, wah, 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 wah.
And then 1 for the Hunter's Mark.
Okay.
And then I'm going to take 15 feet of movement away.
Which direction are you heading?
Right there.
Okay, so you're stepping right there. Cool.
And that's my turn.
Opal.
Alright, I'm going to have to take a step forward, so I'm 30 feet from it. And because I forgot I could do this, as a bonus action, I will cast Hexblade's Curse. So it is now cursed by me. And then I will take the rest of my movement back to Ember, and I will shove a healing potion into her hands.
Okay, Hex has a minus. Hexblade Curse just gives you some benefits.
Hexblade's Curse, I gain a bonus to any damage rolls. I get to add my proficiency to any damage rolls. Any attack rolls I make, if I roll a 19, it's a crit. If the target dies, I regain hit points equal to the level plus my charisma modifier, and once I use it, I can't use it again until a long or short rest.
Okay.
But I finish my movement and I shove a. I'm assuming it's my action to give her the help.
Yep. Because you can give it to her as an action. Giving a potion is a action. Taking a potion is a bonus action. So roll 2d4 plus 2.
I mean, I'm just handing it to her. She's up.
Oh, that's a free action.
Oh, well then I hand it to her. Let me take that off of my character sheet so I can still attack. Whoop! So, I did not think I would get to attack, but I am going to cast... Oh, I got one spell slot, so I'm saving a little spell. What did I cast yesterday? I will cast Oh, okay. I'm going to cast Toll the Dead.
It needs to make a wisdom save. That is a 22.
Well, shit. It doesn't take half damage on a save, I don't think.
Not with the cantrip.
Shit.
Okay. At the start. Sorry, at the start
I
of
should have Eldritch Blasted it. God damn.
at the start of its turn, the purple from the bellowing it was doing has summoned some things.
Oh, great.
It takes the 3 fire damage from Alchemist Fire.
Thank you for telling me. Oh, there we go. And you see from the trees these nasty, almost human-sized spiders.
Shit.
For some reason, their like mini icons have this really weird uncanny valley. Like it's almost like the spiky spider part is the face, and it's really creeping.
Hi.
They're spiders. I hate them either way.
Well, hi. I'm Jerry. I gotta eat you now. I'm very sorry about it.
Yeah, we need to get the fuck out of here.
Spiders got a 14, so they will actually go right after the Treant.
Oh, that's great. I hate it. Thank you. Shit.
Okay, it's going to step to here, and it is going to scoop up a big handful of mud. And throw it, let's see, who's the last person that did damage to it that it can see? See, that you have full cover, I would say, Asariah, because you're a small creature, correct?
That's right.
Okay, so that would have to be Hex. He's the last one that shot at it.
Yeah, that's going to hit.
That hits. So that's 21 bludgeoning from the mud. Are you down?
No.
Okay, give me a strength save. Okay, that is a fail. You are now buried up to your waist in mud, and you are considered restrained.
Great.
And y'all watch as the Treant, now that it doesn't have too many people right around it, and you all kind of have a good view, you see its vines are starting to glow purple, and it's kind of healing some of the damage that you've dealt to it. As if it's regrowing. However, there is fire. There's still fire dealing with it. Like, what is on fire is not regrowing.
And now Tex is stuck in mud.
Tex is buried up to his waist in mud.
I got 0 strength modifier. I ain't gonna be able to pull him. I think it's weird that the Earth Giants don't get like a move Earth spell or something.
I think that is a valid point. You'd think they'd get Shape Earth as a cantrip.
I get like, what is it I get? I get Earth Walk, but it just means I can move across difficult terrain made of earth or stone without expending extra movement. And I get Pass Without Trace.
You just get the skid across the mud like you're ice skating while everyone else is like halfway up to their knees in it.
I'm like, what? It would make more sense if Earth Giants got an Earth spell.
Okay, so the spiders and then Tala. So these spiders are going to come down. See, that one was on the back side of the tree, so it sees you. This one is going to go here. So that's what they're doing. So one's going to try to bite Asariah. There's a 13 hit Asariah.
It does. 12 is the number you look for.
I do not like that two of them went after me directly. Unacceptable.
That is 7 piercing, and give me a DC 11. Okay, you pass. You take no poison, or you take half as much on the success. So you take 7 piercing, 7 poison from that spider that just climbed down the tree at you.
Alright.
Coming at Tala. It is actually going to shoot its... No, it's going to bite. And miss.
Yes.
Trying to bite Esmeralda. That's a 22.
Well, damn.
That's 5 piercing, and give me a con save. That is a fail, so you take 6 poison. The other one is going to shoot a web at you, which will be at disadvantage because it is right behind you. 9 is going to miss, so it shoots its web and misses you. I'm going to try to bite our turtle friend. It's a 20. Your AC should be 19, correct? Aku?
Alright, it was the 20?
Yes.
Yeah, that's right on the money.
Because you got the +1 shield, correct?
Yeah.
So that's 5 piercing, and give me a Constitution saving throw. Okay, you match, so you will take 3 poison damage.
Yeah.
And coming at Hex. It looks like it was going to shoot a web at you for a second, Hex, but realizes you're buried in the mud. That is a 15.
Yeah, that hits.
Give me a Constitution saving throw.
Alright.
Okay, that is 8 poison damage. Are you still up?
Is it just, it's 8 piercing and 8 poison, correct?
It's 8 piercing, 8 poison, yes.
No,
You're down.
yes, I'm down.
Okay, note that you are now poisoned and will remain so for 1 hour after you regain any hit points or consciousness.
Alright.
And you will be paralyzed while poisoned in this way. So you see one of them just bite Hex right in the chest, or Hex right in the chest.
You know, I'm getting the feeling we weren't supposed to be in this fight.
Tala.
Alright. Alright, she is, gonna go for that one.
Okay.
She would have, advantage because pack tactics.
Okay, a 24 will definitely hit.
And then the DC 12 strength.
Okay, so that's 14 damage. It doesn't need to make a strength save because that spider has been squished.
Awesome.
I mean, they are large spiders, not giant spiders.
Ah, okay, gotcha.
Regardless of what the turn order says.
Then she is gonna run, or stand up, run, whatever. She'd be standing up anyway. Let her stand up. Goes right there.
Okay.
And then that will be her turn.
Ember. You need to stand up because you have been knocked prone.
Yeah, so I'm gonna stand up and then bonus action take the healing potion that I was given.
Okay.
So 4 healing.
Okay, so get your 4 HP back.
I will move right there. And then I will swing at it with my great axe. Not recklessly.
Okay.
$19 to hit.
That'll hit. That is a squish. That is a squish bug.
Yay!
You still have about 10 feet of movement.
Okay, so I'm gonna move a little closer to Tala. Okay, I'll move right here. And then I'll throw a javelin at. Oh, never mind, my axe. I'll use my great axe.
Okay. A 14 barely hits.
Yeah!
That is another squish bug.
I never liked bugs.
Asariah.
Alright, first thing I'm gonna do is just blast the spider that just bit me. Eldritch Blast.
Alright, roll at disadvantage because it's within 5 feet. A 15 will still hit, and 11 will miss. 9 damage, it's barely still up.
I'm gonna spend my movement too to run.
Okay, you're gonna run. It does, oddly enough, it does not take an attack of opportunity against you.
And so,
Just move to the edge of the map and we'll note that you've run off the map.
alright.
Okay, so you've moved 30 feet away. Aku.
Alright, Aku is going to step over to Hex.
Yes.
Okay, and again, do lay on hands for 5 hit points this time.
Hex, you awaken, but you cannot move your body.
And is going to yell again, please run. Not at Hex, obviously, because Hex is paralyzed, but. I have you, friend. Please.
Right. Esmeralda, you have run to the edge of the map. There are 2 spiders that have one bit you, and I think the other one shot a web at you and didn't hit.
to use Invoke Duplicity.
Ooh.
I want to make a double of myself to run one way while I run back to camp, and hopefully the spiders will follow the dump tree.
Okay, so you drop your... Which way does your double run? Does it run back towards everybody, or does it just run...
It runs back towards everyone, because I can still use my double to cast spells.
Okay, so your double moves 25 feet that way. How far can you be away from your double?
They must remain within 120 feet of me.
Okay, so you can make it back to the camp. So you're going to now run 25 feet back to the camp. We'll note that you're 25 feet off the map. The spiders do not take an attack of opportunity against you.
Yay! Do I have enough left on my turn to wake people up at camp?
You can yell as a free action as you're running back.
I'm sure you see my little hobbit.
Guys, we're getting attacked by evil evil spiders!
Okay. You don't hear much back from the camp.
Disappointing.
Hex, you are paralyzed, so...
Do I make a check or anything?
Nope. You are paralyzed for 1 hour.
Alrighty. That was fun, guys.
You can moan or make a noise while paralyzed, if you wish. Opal!
Alright, I'm going to cast Eldritch Blast on this spider and one at the tree.
Okay.
Point one finger at one and one finger at the other. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfuckers.
Alright, roll. Okay, and 9 will miss the spider. 24 will hit the treant.
Claire, you keep messaging me right when I need to click my damage. Oh, and if that's against the tree...
You also get your
that's
Hexblade
actually
curse.
4.
That's 4? You said 4?
What did I actually roll? Oh, I rolled an 18. Damn, if I rolled a 19, that would have been a crit. But I get to add my proficiency, so that's 4 force damage.
Alright. Are you going to move, or are you going to stay there?
I'm going to... Fuck. Because we need armor, but you can't... It takes like 10 minutes to put on armor. What is your AC without armor?
10 plus your dex mod.
Oh shit, that means my AC is 10 right now. I'm gonna do what Esmeralda did, and I'm going to start heading back to the camp. I can't dash because I'm attacked, but I'm going to move my 30 feet back towards the camp.
Okay, we will note that you are another 15 feet off the map. Okay, the Treant is not happy that it's still getting hit by some things. It still sees the fiery one.
We're doing so great, you guys. I can't even run. Oh, I shouldn't have run.
Does a 28 hit, Ember?
I would assume yes.
That is 28, or that's 20 bludgeoning, and you are considered restrained and grappled.
That's for Ember, right?
That is for Ember. Is Ember still up?
She's down.
She's down. The Treant is then going to throw her at Opal.
Yeah, yay.
That is an 18, which hits.
Yes,
Sorry.
it is. I'm
Sorry,
I'm zero.
I rolled the wrong damage.
I was gonna say 17.
Okay, so you take 14 bludgeoning, Opal, and are knocked prone. Ember, you have got 2 failed death saves because you got chunked at somebody.
It also takes 1 fire damage for Alchemist Fire.
It takes 1 damage for Alchemist Fire at the start of its turn. Okay.
What's that 7 you roll?
I clicked the wrong thing. It then bellows again. And that's the end of its turn. Tala.
Tala's gonna start digging.
Sorry, what was that? Because someone else chimed in.
Tala's gonna start digging Hex out of the.
Give me a strength check. Yep, that matches the difficulty. So she is able to dig you out.
Awesome. Can she grab Hex by the collar, I guess, and start pulling him away?
She used her action to dig you out. She would be able to move at half movement, so.
That'd be 20 feet. Well, half movement, she used 5 feet of movement, so 35, 50. Or what?
Just directly south?
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll note that you are 10 feet off the map. Ember, give me a death save. That's a 6. Oh, no, that is Tala's roll. My bad. That's a 17. That's a save. That's a success. Asariah.
I am just going to keep running back to town.
Okay, so are you going to dash?
Correct.
Okay, so you were 20 feet off the map from where you originally were. So
Group 6.
you make it about another 60. So you're almost back at the camp yelling, correct?
I'm not yelling. I'm being as quiet as I can so don't follow.
Okay. Aku?
Alright, Aku is, you said he's now 10 feet away from me, right? He's technically 10 feet that way
Yes.
off the map. Okay, I'm going to go 10 feet to him, lay on hands to neutralize poison, so I'll use 5 points for that, and then I'm going to run 20 back for my full 30, which will then put me at the face of the Treant.
Okay, now, can lay on hands remove the paralyzed effect?
It can neutralize any poison, so if he's poisoned and therefore paralyzed from it, it will neutralize the poison effect.
Yep, it says while poisoned you are paralyzed. So you are no longer paralyzed, Hex.
Hell yeah!
So you run and get back in the Treant's face.
Yes, and I'm taking out I had my shield out. My shield is up facing it. I've got the flail in my hand, and I'm banging the shield with the flail and say, "Get me." Yeah.
gonna go put my armor on.
That'll take
First
you.
things first.
That'll take you 10 minutes once you get to camp. Remember, you're only about 25 feet off the map. You still have another
See, what armor does she have?
breastplate. It still takes 10 minutes to don armor.
This thing, Claire posted, breastplate's medium in 5 minutes.
Okay, so 5 minutes.
Depends on the tech.
So
I went and looked because I got a breastplate too, so I was like, how long is it gonna take me to put this shit on?
it'll take you about 5 minutes to get that armor on, but you still got to make it to camp. You're about 100. You're a little bit less than 100 feet away from camp. At the edge of the map.
Okay.
Okay, so at the edge of the map, you're a little bit less than 100 feet. So you move 25 feet. You still have roughly around 60 feet to go to get back to camp.
Okay, I'll keep running camp, and when I get to camp, I want to put my armor on.
Okay, so you dash. You're still about 10 feet from camp. Hex.
Wait, do I get a second term for my my doppelganger?
No, you can command it, I think, with a bonus action. It doesn't get its own separate turn.
Okay, so can I do a bonus action right now for it?
Let's see. Let me double check the rules for Invoke Duplicity. Okay, as a bonus action, you can move it to a space that you can see, but must remain within 120 feet of you. You can cast spells through your illusion as an action.
Okie dokie, that's good to know for next time then.
I mean, you could still see back where it is, and you could have it move.
Okay.
Alright, just move it to wherever you would want, because pretty much within its 25 feet, 30 feet movement, you could see unless it goes behind the Treant. You cannot see behind that. Okay. Opal, you're prone, and there is a
Texas.
oh, sorry, Hex.
Sorry, I'll wait for her to get done. Hex is going to cast a second level healing cure wounds on himself.
Alright, roll that beautiful healing. Wow. So that's 10 health.
It only rolled 1d8.
No, it rolled your D8 and then above it says higher healing.
Okay. Alright.
Okay. So is that what you're doing, or are you going to keep moving?
I'm gonna stand up. And start walking, get as close as Ember is.
Okay, so you're going to...
Which should
Okay, so
5 feet behind her.
Sorry, say that again.
I should be 5 feet behind her.
Okay, so you should be within 5 feet, okay. We'll move you over here even though y'all are all off of the map.
And then I'll end my turn.
Alright. Opal! You're on the ground with an unconscious and probably dying Ember on top of you.
I'm gonna shove my other potion in her mouth.
Roll to heal.
What is it? 2d4
+2.
I always forget. 8 HP. Get the hell up. And
It's not like I'm doing this on purpose.
I know. Then it's what? Half your movement.
Yep.
And I'm gonna stand up. And I guess I'm gonna move my last 15 feet back.
Okay, so you move 15 feet back towards camp.
Yeah.
See, you all notice that the spiders at the start of the Treant's next turn just crawl back up their trees. See, y'all move, you move. So the Treant sees you standing right in front of it. Okay, so 2 fire damage. This is a pretty tangled mess of a Treant, Aku, and it's very burned. But it sees that you came right in front of it, and it will make a couple. It's going to make a slam attack.
Okay.
If it'll roll 20, it'll roll it. That's going to miss. And then it's going to slam again. Okay, I don't know why it slammed it. Not sure why it slammed a third time. That is 13 bludgeoning, and you're now considered grappled and restrained. Seeing at the end of its turn, it will use a legendary action to chunk you. So it is going to throw you. See, who can it stay? It can't really see
What
anybody.
about with my weight though?
You're probably not going to go as far, but it's going to chunk you.
Hopefully it can't actually reach you guys.
Okay, so it's just going to fling you, and you're going to take 10 bludgeoning as you land over here. Just getting on your shell, and it just...
So when it grapples me though, there's no grapple check or anything?
Size difference. And after it chunks you, you see it walk over to the one remaining body of a dryad and just kind of pick it up and start moaning and crying again. All right. What is Tala gonna do?
Tala is gonna run over towards.
All right, so Tala runs over towards Hex.
And she's gonna take the dodge action.
Okay, Ember.
Okay. Does this thing look like it's done beating at us, or is it pretty pissed off?
From what you can see from, let's see, you were about another 15 feet off the board. It threw you, and then you, it seems like it's now mourning the dryad where it's at.
Okay, then I'm just gonna keep all the others moving away from it I'm not going to chant pissing it off anymore. I can't exactly do it with my help.
Okay, so you're heading out Asariah. Are you going to keep running into camp?
Yep.
When you get to camp, you see that the guards have broken down their tent. They don't have their armor on, but it seems like they're loading up horses like they were getting ready to just run. Like the two students are on their horses and making sure the carriage is safe.
And I'm just saying, I don't think you'll need to worry about it. It's done, whatever it is. If they really wanted to kill us, we'd all be dead. Roll persuasion check.
Roll a persuasion check. The two college students, especially the one that doesn't speak common very well, Julian, was just, but it sounds like there is something attacking, and that it is big, and you're bloody. And do you see Eli just pat his leg? No, man, it's fine. He obviously knows what's going on. It's okay. If he says it's fine, I believe the little guy.
I mean, we'll stay ready here. You can stay, and you can get away if it comes down to it. But I don't think it's going to follow us back. Just be really interested in following.
Okay. Are you going to do anything else, Asariah?
No, I think I'm all right. I'm just gonna kind of watch maybe ready like Eldritch Blast in case it does follow. But other than that, I'm not gonna do it.
Okay, Aku?
Aku is going to cast Cure Wounds on himself. Level 1. And let me see where. The only one that's actually technically still on the screen with me right now is the doppelganger.
Yeah, the double is on the board.
Okay. I'm going to move.
But I don't, Esmeralda, you didn't tell anybody what you were doing, did you?
I want to believe that Esmeralda yelled, like, I'm going to go over to camp! Warn them!
Okay, we'll go with that.
Alright, because if I looked around right now, though, could I see that there are technically two Esmeraldas on the back?
Give me a perception check. Yeah, you can tell.
Okay, in that case, I'm not sure where everyone is related to this, but I'm going to step back while still staying about 10 to 15 feet in front of the nearest person to me. This is just for placement's sake. I'm not actually this close to the Treant, but just staying between and just...
Okay,
I'm not approaching it. I did move back, but I'm going to be between the nearest person and it, though, besides...
Remember, you had to give up half your movement to stand up because you were knocked prone by getting thrown.
Okay, that's fine. So up to a max of 15 feet away from where I was. Again, this is just kind of loose reference, so I'm not sure where I'd be.
Esmeralda, you're going to be able to run into camp this round.
Finally!
Little halfling legs, I'm sorry. That's the downside to playing a halfling. It's just like, hold on, I got tiny legs.
I'm a Swiftfoot, though! Okay, so she gets into camp and realizes that everyone else is already there and packing up. She's like, I came to warn you about the tree.
The guards are now looking around terrified at the trees.
No, not those trees. Not those trees. You'll know what it is here. Just relax. I don't think it's looking for trouble. Let's just calm down.
All right.
Whatever happened to my doppelganger?
It's you can still technically, well, now it would be outside of the 120 feet now that you've made it all the way back to camp. So it just goes boop.
Fare thee well.
It just bloops away. So, Aku, you just see the double of Esmeralda just go poof. Oh, like, and now it's gone.
I love how nobody is saying anything about the fact that they were clearly going to leave us.
Hex.
There'll be time to clean that up.
Alright, Hex is gonna go over to Ember and cast a 2nd level healing cure wound.
All right, roll that heal.
Alright.
Nice. That is 12 healing.
Alright. Then I'm gonna use our small movement to head south.
You're not heading back towards the camp?
South is towards it.
Kind of southeast.
Well, I'm gonna head south because I don't want to lead it to
Okay.
where people putting bullets on.
Opal.
But
Oh, sorry, Hex. Were you not done?
No, but he said that he was saying he is done.
Okay. Opal.
Oh, how far away from the camp now?
So you're about 15 feet. Well, you had gotten off the board about 15 feet, then you moved 15
I was
feet.
already off the map, and then I moved 15 more.
So you have moved about 30 feet off the map. You're still a little bit more than 60 feet away from camp.
And I should have moved 45. Because I did 30 and then I did 50.
Okay, so yeah, you
So-
could, if you dash, you could make it back to camp.
If I dash, I can make it back to camp. Okay, I'm gonna dash.
As you make it there, you see that the guards have packed up their tent, their armor's on their horses. The students were on their horses with everything loosely packed. Near the carriage, it seems like Asariah and Esmeralda were talking to them.
What are y'all doing?
They're doing just what anybody would do. This is what we get paid for. Just relax.
You! She points at Esmeralda. Why aren't you putting on your armor? That thing's still coming! I got here!
The spiders didn't attack us when I ran. I don't
I ain't worried about the damn spiders. They went back up in the trees. I'm worried about the damn giant tree coming and slam us into the ground.
Just relax and wait.
I just got here.
Well, you tell me to relax one more time to see what happens. And I'm gonna go try my armor.
Okay, so it is now the Treant's turn. Aku, what you can see from where you're at, you see it pick up that last remaining dryad, scoop up some of the ashes, and just start heading back this way.
Are you fucking kidding me?
And you are now out of combat.
I wasted Both my health potion?
I wouldn't really say waste.
Use.
I can brew. I have the supplies to try to brew something. If you want me to try to brew some, I'll tell you.
I don't have time to wait. God.
See.
I also have 6, so it's fine. I'll share those. Just relax.
I tell me to relax, Goblin Boy.
So what do we do from here?
Well, we're going to take a little break because I have to run to the potty. And we will pick up with y'all dealing with the aftermath of the fight right after that. So I'll be back in just a second. In fact, I'm not even going to throw up a please stand by symbol.
I do need to take my dog on her midday walk, so it is probably going to be about 10 minutes to 15 max that I might be going.
Okay, well then we'll move over to the transition to the please stand by.
Alright, sorry about that. She's just been bugging me.
If I hit the speaker, if I mute the mic, it should mute it for the stream, correct?
If you mute the mic, it'll mute it for you, but within OBS, you have the two...
All right, I got us unmuted, so let's transition back. And if someone will let me know if the feed has actually got sound.
It does, I can confirm.
Okay, cool. So you're out of combat. Everybody can limp or walk their way back to camp. But we have 3 party members that are seeing the students and the guards loading up, getting ready to leave. So, I believe Asariah was saying this is what anybody would do. This is what we're paid to do. Esmeralda was putting on her breastplate, and Opal was upset.
Is everybody back?
Everybody's kind of filtering their way back.
So what's the situation? I'm talking to anybody who's coming back.
It picked up one of the dryads that had died and just walked off kind of sad. So I think we're okay now.
Yeah, if it wanted us dead, we'd be dead.
It was a sad situation.
But it's done.
Is everyone okay right now? That was a little rough.
We were on watch duty, and one of them, stumbled into camp, and we went to investigate. We did not intend to escalate anything. That was completely accidental.
I've been roughed up a few times, but that was rough.
Real quick, Hex, you realize that your pants and underclothes are just chock full of that mud you got hit with. Like, for lack of a better term, you got the mud butt.
Is there a stream nearby or anything?
There was that muddy, washed out creek that you fought everything at. That was the closest thing to water you might have found. And I believe a coup found lichen that if you squeeze it, produces water.
Yeah, there's still snow on it, though, isn't it?
What did you say?
That's what I was going to add. That it snowed.
It did snow.
All around it.
Yeah, there's still snow. It's probably about maybe an inch or so deep, whatever's making it through the canopy to the ground.
Aku's going to take his shield and flip it upside down again. Would you like to make more water so that you can...
I'd appreciate that there, partner.
Ember, do you mind assisting again?
Not at all. I'll definitely help him out if it keeps him from stinking.
Aku will do the same as he did last night and gather up some snow and hold it out for Ember so we can make a little puddle for him to use.
I'm going to go to one of the students and ask them, do y'all want to go ahead and head out, try to get there, or do y'all want to try to finish the rest?
Well, and it's Eli, the half-orc. Well, we've rested, but y'all look like y'all might need a minute.
I'm going to go ahead and pop a potion. What is that, 2d4 plus what?
2d4 plus 2. Now, as a reminder, nobody here has completed a long rest yet, other than the students who have not taken watch.
Yeah.
Could we sleep on the road in shift? Just in order to get going sooner, maybe.
I'm in support of that plan.
It doesn't matter to me. I just want to take a quick short rest.
Y'all are about 2 hours away from completing your long rest.
How many hours?
A short rest is an hour, and the remainder of your long rest is about another 2 hours. The sun hasn't come up yet, or it has not broken through the canopy yet.
I'll do the 2 hours, and that way we're
Probably don't want to wander around here at night. And I'm talking to the guard students when I say that. I look at them.
The guard that had shared a pipe with you before, well, we didn't really want to go at night. It's just it might have been necessary because our job's to protect the kids. And they wanted to get the carriage out.
I'm just saying now that the threat's on. I understand what you did, That's what, like I said, I know that's what we get paid to do. It's fine.
Anyway, if y'all want to rest, Heckle and Jekyll over there hadn't taken their shift. And the kids can make breakfast for us, I think. And you see him kind of stroke his beard and look at both the college students like with this very grumpy eye.
Two hours would be good. The sun. Then we can go.
I'm fine with it.
Okay, the guards will take the last watch. The kids are going to cook some breakfast. And y'all can all lay down if you wish.
I'm definitely gonna rest.
Thank God.
So I have a question for DM.
Yes.
With us finishing the long rest, would that give me back my rages that I used, or do I have to wait for a second long rest to do?
You will have completed a long rest, so you would get back your HP, and you get back your rages.
Awesome.
And it's after long rest that paladins can swap their ready spells. Is that ready spells? Is that correct?
Yes, technically at dawn each day, but I'm not going to be a stickler about that.
Okay. And we were like 2 hours from dawn regardless, right?
Yep. So you all rest. You can regain your spell slots, regain your HP. You awake to the smell of burnt bacon and eggs.
At least they tried.
The toast is right, but the bacon burned, and the eggs are like slightly undercooked.
Aku's gonna take out his flour sack full of just miscellaneous like snack foods, and take a handful and put it on the toast, and then kind of offer, "I have more food.
You
Anyone would like."
When you look in the bag, it's literally a bag of beets. It is just an entire burlap sack full of beets.
Are they dried or are they fresh?
They are dried beets.
Cool.
I was about to say that. That's a mistake.
Yeah, I was like, I think the bag would have been magenta at this point. But yeah, he'll snack on some beets and offer it around for anybody who wants some.
I'm good with my job.
I'll take the toast and burnt bacon. Had my fair share of burnt food in my life, so it's not going to hurt me any. But runny eggs aren't my thing. Thanks.
I'm going to just eat a ration, and I'm going to feed Feifel, my rat, the donkeys, and the 2 horses. Text them that.
Okay.
I'll eat some eggs too, since they went to the...
Okay, if you ate the eggs, give me a con save.
I fucking hate everything. I fucking hate everything.
Yeah, y'all's leaving camp is delayed by.
I kind of want to use my one mulligan for that.
You're delayed about an extra 45. You're delayed from leaving camp about an extra 45 minutes because Opal has to handle some things. Because even the college students didn't eat the eggs. That the Solstice Academy students didn't finish the eggs that they cooked. Sorry, we kind of went all over each other right there. What was that?
I said someone could have told me that. Here I am trying to be polite.
And get the egg drops, the egg drop poops. But about an hour after the sun's up, y'all are all loaded up and ready to go. So I need whoever is driving a wagon to give me a survival check.
You mean animal handling?
Yeah, sorry, animal handling. Whoever's driving the wagons, give me an animal handling. Okay. So you got your dog sled going. Who is driving the horse cart?
Who was driving it yesterday?
I think Hex was driving the horse cart and Tala was just being obedient and pulling the sled behind him.
If y'all want to do that, you could probably load more stuff onto the sled and have her just drag it and follow you so there's less weight on the cart, or I should say for the wagon, so that you make sure that your turtle friend does not break it.
Actually, I have an alternative today. I thought about it. I didn't have time yesterday, but I'll do this today.
Did you just cast Flying Steed?
Yes, I can do. I have a request.
What is this request? What is it?
Can it just be like the battle horse, but can it be flavor text as like a Shire horse in order to be logically large enough to carry it?
I'm going to go with that a giant elk just walks out of the wood, looks at you, snorts, and a saddle forms on its back.
That's even better because that's what I wanted, but I thought that was going to be too far-fetched, so I didn't ask. I literally looked up a giant elk last night. I was like, oh my god, I need this. Perfect.
So,
giant elk stat block or battle steed stat block? I think the battle steed is slightly less, but faster.
let's see. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah. Right.
Okay, because I'm watching I'm watching OBS right now. We've dropped below 1,000 on the kilobytes per second. I was making sure my internet hadn't cut out.
It looks like the stream is loading for me. Oh, here we go. No, we're still...
Okay, cool. But we'll just use the giant elk stats if you need to, if you fight with your magical steed that you have found.
And it will be celestial because good paladin.
As you get on its back, it goes. You hear in your head, "My name's Barry. Barry the elk. Sup?"
I heard him laugh in the background. Hello, Barry. I hope you and I can be friends. Thank you very much for your assistance. I greatly appreciate it.
Just shit ain't nothing. It's good. Barry the elk got this.
Aku's gonna give him a nice little pat, just kind of on the neck. Thank.
Don't touch that spot. It's a little sore. But the other side, it itches.
Aku switches sides and screams.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and what everyone else hears is the moose just go, whoa. So now with your paladin mounted upon his elky steed, you could technically get Tala and the dog sled in the back of the wagon.
So clearly we'll do that.
Okay.
I think Tala needs a good rest anyway still.
Tala lays down in the back of the wagon. If anyone gets near, there's just a like, this is my spot.
She's thinking, I've been through shit. I need a nap. Leave me alone.
I got chunked in a fire genasi. I got yeeted last night. I can rest today. Okay, so with a 19 and a 15, y'all are doing pretty well. I need everybody else to give me a survival check. Okay, nobody falls off a wagon, nobody eats anything they shouldn't, and you make it another day into the Savalierwood. And this time you're able, the woods are getting denser, the path is a lot less wide. Both the cart and the carriage have a little bit of trouble getting through stuff because just simply their size. At one point you do see the guards get down and chop down a couple trees to make sure that there's enough room for the carriage to get through. Asariah, your cart really doesn't have too much of a trouble because it's not a very big vehicle. You can navigate between most trees. But you make it to the second night that you're out, a little bit further north. You can hear off in the distance rushing water. But you can tell... Actually, everybody either give me a perception or a survival, whichever's highest for you.
I swear to God.
Okay, Aku, you are just distracted by the fact there's the sound of running water somewhere, and you feel kind of like you need to go find it.
That's bad.
But everybody else, you can tell that water is probably a good half a day away. Whatever it is, this is just a loud, rushing river that's probably very large. Also, let's see, who got the highest? Is that Esmeralda? Yes.
I think so.
Esmeralda, you also know something about acoustics in the wild. Sometimes you can be next to something that makes no noise, and sometimes you can be miles away and you can hear it as if it was right next to you. It's just nature being weird. And the Savalierwood is weirder than normal nature.
Supernatural nature.
All of a sudden, just two dudes show up in an Impala. We're here to help you to deal with any weird creatures.
But only if you pay too high.
I also feel like one of them would introduce an angel as an on-again, off-again boyfriend. I've never watched enough Supernatural. I just know a lot of people pair whatever the angel's name is with one of the brothers.
Weird.
And that they all love Crowley. Okay, so y'all are bedding down for another night. Are y'all going to put out the whole tent? Or what are y'all going to do?
I think we'll put up the whole thing again.
We got room, yeah.
You do. You find another clearing. This one's a little bit tighter than before, but the benefit of this one that you didn't have over the other one is there's actually a clear view of the sky. And there's actually a small pond near where you are. So, who's going to put up the tent?
Aku will assist.
Okay, so Hex, roll with advantage on setting up the tent. Okay, the two of y'all get it up. What's everybody else doing as camp is being set?
I am going to start a small fire and set up my alchemy kit. Try to brew.
Okay,
Healing power.
roll me a intelligence check.
I have the alchemist tool as well. Set up to roll if that's alright.
What'd you say?
I have the alchemist tool set up to roll. That's okay.
That's fine. Did it have the query ability, or did you set a certain skill?
The tool.
Okay, so there we go. Yeah, with the 15, I would say if you spend, you won't be able to take a watch this night to make this and still get a full night's sleep.
Okay.
So you'll be able to produce over the course of the night before you have to go to bed. You could probably produce 2 regular healing potions. And still have some supplies left to make more.
Now I'm going to break it down and give one to Opal and refill my own.
All right.
Much appreciated. I'm gonna do a scan of the area, walk around a bit outside camp, see if there's anything need to keep an eye on or anything like that. It's like, would that be investigation or perception?
If you're just taking a general look, it's perception. If you're looking for something specific, it's investigation.
Alright, I'm not looking for anything specific. Yeah, 12.
With the waning twilight, there's not too much that you see that's out of the normal. You're a little paranoid of trees now, pretty sure. But none of them seem to be moving or taking notice of you. But you do notice that the amount of purple that's over things is a little bit stronger. That low rolling fog that you noticed about halfway through yesterday is still there. And really, that's about it. It's still unsettling, but it's just kind of like it's a weird forest.
This is weird.
So that's what you're doing. What is everybody else doing around camp?
Have we gotten the tent set up?
Yes, you got the tent up.
Okay, then me and Tala will scout the perimeter.
I'll join you.
Okay, who's going? Esmeralda? Both of y'all can either give me perception checks or somebody can roll with advantage.
I got the plus stick.
You also don't have dark vision.
Would you like to take the lantern if you're scouting?
Sure.
I have a +3 for perception.
And you also don't have dark
will
vision.
cast the lantern and leave it.
So y'all are going to take the lantern with you?
Yes.
Okay, so if she's giving you advantage, that would be a 25. You notice several tracks for small game. Looks mostly like rabbit and maybe some fox. Maybe some small fowl that live within the undergrowth of the Savalierwood. But you also notice a larger three-pronged, almost looks webbed footprint through the dirt of the undergrowth. Once you break, well, I should say in the snow.
All right. I bring it to Esmeralda's attention. I reckon we gotta be on guard tonight.
These woods. I hate these woods.
Is there anything else you're doing while you're out on watch?
Yeah, let's say this right. I'm gonna use my primal. Basically, if I spend 1 minute uninterrupted as concentrating, I can sense whether any of my favorite enemies are present within. This feature reveals which of your favorite enemies are present, their numbers, and the creature's general direction and/or distance. If there are multiple groups of your enemy within range, you learn the information.
Okay, so you're going to sit down for a minute and just focus?
Basically. My favorite enemy is humanoid.
So after you focus, there's a large number of humanoids off to your east that have made camp.
Any other besides us?
It is totally your group.
Okay. Alright. And then once I do that, I will be done and I will head back to camp.
Okay. Okay, y'all make it back to camp. Fire has been set. Somebody's brewing potions. You have your rations, but it seems like the soldiers are making another batch of soup. So would y'all partake in the soup again?
Yes, yes.
Yes,
Of course.
I'm gonna eat a ration.
You don't trust their cooking no more?
No.
You have had the bubblies a little bit as you've been traveling. So who's going to take the first watch?
Also, I give a good back to Luther once we get back to camp.
Thank you. I will watch with you. We can use the lantern still.
The bearded guard volunteers for first watch again. Is anyone else going to join them?
I could.
And
I know Hex and the two said that we were going to be first.
Okay, I missed that. I'm sorry. I must have cut out for a second.
I'll take second watch.
I'll take second watch with Esmeralda.
Okay, so first watch is Hex and who? Aku?
Yes.
The next is Esmeralda and Opal, who will take the third watch.
And then I'll take the next watch.
Okay, one of the guards will stay up, and then the last watch will be the two Solstice Academy students. So, for the folks that are on first watch, y'all can give me perception checks, or you can give me one with advantage.
I have a +6.
I will assist with advantage.
What is that total?
19.
Okay, a 19. Looking out with the lantern on, you can see that the pond has iced over, other than where you broke it to see if you might be able to get fresh water. The dusting of snow is getting a little bit heavier because you have moved further north, and it seems this snowstorm is still going to be setting into the Savalierwood for now. But nothing much else stands out to y'all as y'all are watching.
Alrighty. Where about you from, Aku?
I am from the seas, actually. Out of character, where would be like a common location for like a big port city or something like that?
That would be on the Menagerie Coast, and some of the biggest ports are Port Damali and Nicodranus.
Okay, I completely forgot about the Menagerie Coast, yes. I was born on the Menagerie Coast and ended up signing on with the ship crew. Stayed there for 20 years. It was a good time, but now I wonder, what about you?
I've spent most of my life here in the north. I've tried to stay out the squabble of the southern empires just to make my life hunting them. Or Barbarian, whatever I'm paid to.
That is fair. It's very cold here. Not my taste. Proud of you. For what?
I appreciate that. I reckon we ought to wake up the next watch.
Yes, let's do so.
I go and wake up Opal. I believe she was on next watch.
Yeah. I'm up. Hey, can we get that lantern of yours again?
Of course. Aku will stay outside again too. By the fire. But we'll sleep. Here's the... He hands it over again.
Much obliged.
Are kiwis supposed to be...
What?
Are kiwis supposed to be sour?
Sometimes they can be, yeah.
And, like, hard?
Probably not very ripe one.
Did anyone wake Esmeralda up for second shift?
Actually, yes, Aku was going to, but I forgot it specifically who said they were doing second watch, and I meant to ask, but got sidetracked. I apologize. Yes, Aku would have come.
And Aku found a
All
sour
right.
kiwi in the burlap sack mixed in with all the beets.
Alright, hopefully no fucking trees are gonna fucking attack us tonight.
If we see any trees, I suggest we wake everybody up before running off to see what's going on.
Listen, in the heat of the moment, people make dumb decisions sometimes. I'm one.
Why do I feel like you've had to say that a lot in your life?
I mean, my wife makes me put a quarter in the jar every time it happens.
Bury the elk. Alright, I got a +3 to perception. What do you have?
I also have
You want one of us to get advantage or both roll?
It's up to y'all if you'd rather give advantage to somebody or if you would like to roll 2 rolls to see what happens.
Oh hell, let's roll 2 and see what happens.
Okay.
I don't see shit.
Neither of y'all notice anything on your watch that's out of the ordinary other than the snow piles up a little bit more, especially on top of the cloak covering Aku's shell.
Damn, I should have just given you advantage. You rolled a 23 if you had it. Well, we were just talking about poor decisions. That was a poor decision on my part.
But through the course of your watch, nothing really happens.
We bond and grow as friends.
Are y'all going to wake up the next watch?
Yep, I don't remember who it is, but... Who had third what?
It was Ember. I'm sleeping.
I'll wake Ember up. Hey, it's your turn.
Okay, fine. But if I see anything, I'm not running towards it this time.
Probably a good idea.
That would be my suggestion as well.
I don't see anything.
Nope. Was any? Let's see. One of the guards was with you, so that would have given you advantage. But you don't notice anything. They come in. They don't really notice anything. So the next morning, as you all awake to the smell of one of the guards cooking this time, seems to be frying up some type of pastry or cake type thing.
That smells good.
You see the guard. Oh, yeah, my mom comes from down near Felderwin. They make these oily little cakes. They're pretty good.
I have trepidations, but I don't want to eat jerky again.
And if you choose to eat, you will all sit down to pancakes.
I'll eat
I want my
pancakes.
Pancake!
Aku will also have pancakes. With
Well,
beans
why
on
not?
top. Aku will actually rehydrate one of the beets a little bit.
Okay, so you rehydrate one of the beets. There you go. Cool, you got your blank character sheet for your elk. You have the cakes. Who's going to go feed the animals?
I will. Half of them are mine.
Okay. Well, you don't have to roll a perception check for this. One of the horses is missing from the carriage, and one of the horses is missing from the wagon.
Okay, so, but both my donkeys are there.
Both your donkeys are there.
I pet them and then I yell, to let everybody know we're missing 2 horses.
God damn it. Alright,
Look around.
I give Tala her, one of her, a piece of dried.
Okay, so you give Tala jerky.
I don't think Barry has to eat, but Aku is still going to offer him. I don't know if you will like this, but I do. So here.
I'm gonna go to where the horses were and see if there's any tracks and get Tala to sniff them out.
Okay, roll a investigation check if you're looking for tracks.
I'm gonna look around too. That's alright.
See, Ember with the 8, you don't notice anything. Asariah, as you're investigating, you can see that the leads for either horse had been cut from where they had been tied up.
Alright.
You find the leather tie still bound to the tree, but it's been cut towards where the horse would have been.
Okay.
Hex, you look down and you can see the horse prints, but then the horse prints slowly start turning into what look like human footprints and just vanish off into the Savalierwood.
Alright, can Tala use perception to try to sniff them out?
She would have to make a investigation check for sniffing intentionally. Tala smells and sniffs around and then just walks back over to one of the horses, looks at it, looks at you like, I found the horse. It's a horse. Smells like a horse.
Alright, well, I start up. I tell everybody about the tracks for turning into human, and me and Tyler start heading that way.
Okay, so y'all, Hex comes and tells you that the horse prints turn into footprints, and then he and his wolf wander off into the woods.
Alright, I'm gonna follow. I'll just follow. After I make sure I have my rod and my hook.
Okay. Is anyone else following these two out into the woods to track down the possible people horse?
Yeah, I'll go on Gary.
I'll go with
I'm gonna shout back, make sure you don't leave us.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay in camp to make sure these assholes don't leave us.
Okay.
I'll stay in camp and make sure nothing else comes around.
Okay, so everybody that is going out to track down the two horses, give me a investigation check if you're trying to follow the tracks. Give me a perception check if you're just looking around the woods. Okay, as you're going through Aku, you're looking around and you can generally just see that there's been some disheveling through here, probably of a horse-sized creature barreling through the forest. Tala seems to notice that too. Ember, you notice several broken branches. Everybody starts kind of losing track of the human footprints that are in the snow. But about after maybe an hour of looking, you come across a pond that you can see both the horses are at. Just over, like you look through there, there's a pond, and there's some undergrowth, like some bushes covered in snow, some stones that you can see that the horses are on the other side of, and they're looking around very confused.
So I'm the only one that sees this?
You see them exactly. Tala seems to notice everything up to it. Everybody else is looking for tracks, but then you kind of like, oh, the horses are over there after about an hour of looking.
Yeah, so I'm going to point that out to them. But seeing that they're by themselves, and I tell them, we should probably be very careful when approaching them. Seems kind of like maybe a trap.
Okay. I'm gonna ready Eldritch Blast just in case.
Okay. As you get closer and closer to the horses, they seem normal from what you can see. They're kind of concerned looking around. Their eyes are very, very wide. And you see that one of them, the closer you get, one of the horses you bought to pull the wagon now has a solid white mane instead of the darker mane that it had before.
This does not make sense.
Let's just try to get them back. See if we can get them going, just so we can get out of these woods as quickly as possible.
Ember's gonna approach one of the horses very slowly and try to grasp onto him to move him back towards camp.
Okay, as you come around the shrubs and the other undergrowth and stones and the snow, you get around and you see that the horse still looks like a horse, but all four of its legs now look like human legs that go down to bare human feet that have little tufts of, like, similar to the hair they had before. And the horse looks at you. I'm tripping, man. I don't even know what was happening. Maybe it was the hay.
What?
I say we kill it. I'm kidding. Let's, I don't know what to do. How about what about the other horse? How's the other horse?
The other horse, its mane's gone white, its legs have gone white. It actually has, the back legs are human feet and the front legs are human hands on this one. But other than that, it has horse legs, and it's just like just like breathing really heavy. And again, its eyes are really wide.
I think we just get out of here. I don't like this.
Yeah, this doesn't seem like it could be anything.
Aku's gonna look at the horses and say, are you able to understand us? Are you okay?
The horse that was talking before to Ember? No! I shouldn't even be able to talk! This is weird.
I'd say so.
I'm gonna ask the horse that is talking if it can describe what did this to them.
I ate some of that moss last night, and all of a sudden I smelled colors and saw sounds.
The purple moth?
It nods.
Aku is going to take out a pair of goggles from his pack and put them on his eyes and use an Arcana check to see if he can understand if there's any magic going on that is causing this to happen.
Okay.
And that's with advantage, because they are the goggles of object reading.
Okay, with an 18, you can tell that this is definitely magical. And that it's some type of transmutation magic.
We should take them. We can dispel this, possibly. It's magic, but not bad. Very.
So, I'm just afraid they're gonna slow us down. But alright.
If we dispel, it may go back to normal. And Aku's gonna look around. Does he see any of that moss available, like on the...
Not in the immediate area, no.
Okay.
Well, I'm more concerned not just at the moss, but how'd they get the moss there? It was cut. Somebody purposely sabotaged it. Because this was done purposely.
Well, they may have grazed if they were hungry. And Aku will look at the horses.
But they cut our...
Eat it.
Go ahead.
He's just going to ask, did you eat it yourself? Or did someone feed you?
It was on the tree. Man, it was on the tree.
Did the tree move?
The horse starts looking around paranoid. Trees can move?
Not normally. It's okay. Not normal trees, at least. I want to make sure this was normal. I think they ate it themselves. From a tree back at the campsite. Need to see what the moss is like. Probably can fix. Probably.
If we can't fix it, or were you just gonna keep the horses kind of change shape?
I don't think leaving them behind is just. I don't think that will be good for them. It's detrimental to us. We can come up with another option. But for now, we should try.
I can agree with that.
Alrighty. Well, let's get back.
See, as you're trotting the first horse, if you take its leads, it's not going to really resist. It's just freaking out and now paranoid of trees. Is someone going for the other horse?
I'll get the other horse and try to tie it off to the elk so that I can leave.
What is your AC again, Aku? 20?
Yes.
As you go to grab the horse, the human hand, it kind of rears up and slashes at you with what is obviously one of the daggers from the guards. But it can't figure out how to use human arms. It's also a horse trying to stand up on back legs. It's having a bad day and eventually drops the knife.
I'll pick up the knife. Please don't hurt us. We are trying to help.
This one's a little more tentative as you're trying to move it back to camp because it is walking kind of on feet and hands. So it takes you a little bit longer than normal because, I mean, you're trotting through snow with a barefoot human foot horse. But you make... Sorry, what is that?
I was just going to say it's hands or feet. Feet, hands, fans, probably cold.
Probably.
So y'all make it back to camp. Another hour has passed to get back. And what everybody else sees is they're bringing the horses slightly transformed on the upper horsey parts. But mostly you notice that these horses have human feet and one of them has hands instead of front hooves.
What happened to the horses?
What happened to the horses? They ate some moss and were affected by magic that transformed them. We don't know why, but would like to.
Okay, I'm going to go to one of the guards and ask him, do you think that horse can pull that the carriage by itself?
No.
Alright, so we're gonna have to leave our wagon behind. Because I doubt these horses can pull.
Well, can we fix it?
I do not have anything that can fix it. Do you have anything that can fix it?
No.
Can anyone dispel magic?
Yeah, I'm gonna need my back to that wagon in the horse.
I almost took
I do.
Can we try that one? Can we try that one at a time real quick? Because I just got nothing but a big garble of noise coming at me.
Are we just going to ask if I could cast Identify on one of the horses? Real quick.
You can.
Just so they look back out.
So
I'm going to do that.
Okay, so y'all see Asariah sit down for 10 minutes and start to cast Identify.
Aku is also going to go, he's going to try to locate the moss and cast Identify on the moss. Using the goggles of object reading once a day Identify spell.
Okay. Is anybody else doing anything? Because I heard a lot of noise. Does anyone have Dispel Magic?
I was saying I was gonna take it and I did.
Hex had said, yeah, I'm gonna need my money back for that wagon and them horses.
They've already said they'll pay our expenses.
Okay, what you get, Asariah, at the very first, is that this is a horse. Also identifies for an object, not a creature.
Yeah, you could touch a creature throughout the casting. You learn what spells, if any, are currently effective.
Okay, I had not read that far down. Okay, so you find that this one has been affected by. You don't quite know the name of the spell, but it is a transmutation connected to wild magic that is probably connected to the curse that is on the Savalierwood.
Well, I'm going to let them know that it's just, we're in a very chaotic place, and they just ate something they shouldn't. I'll relate that to them.
Is that about the same that I get from the mall?
You get that the moss has a transmutive property. It also probably has some type of hallucinatory property when you identify it.
I will relay. That makes sense. Moss, definitely call. I'm reading some skills right now to see if there's anything I can do about this right now.
All right. I'm going to help the guards unhitch our wagon and put the horse we bolt onto their carriage. And I guess we're going to kind of tie off the humanish horses to my cart.
Okay.
So they all right with that?
Yes.
Okay, so y'all are going to abandon the cart here on the side of the road?
Yep. All the supplies. Go ahead.
If I dismount from Barry, can Barry replace the second horse though, to at least help carry the cart for now, since he's the giant? I'd hate to abandon it if we could temporarily use him, even if it does slow us down for a little.
Good idea.
Okay, so you want to hook up your celestial steed to the wagon?
Yes. And
Barry could pull it.
let me see. I need to check something just real quick. Okay. Aku's gonna address the group. If we travel slow today, yes, it is inconvenient. I could try to dispel the curse, but I must rest before doing so. Should we try?
So that's up to our boss. What do the college kids think?
They're already on their horses. Like, yeah, it's cool. Those are weird horses now. We just kind of want to get going. We got a delivery to make.
All right, I'm going to go with what our boss wants.
Now, with your two new human-footed horses, I'm not going to make anyone roll because the speed that you're traveling at has been reduced by such, because it looks like they might possibly get frostbite on their feet after a while, because they're delicate human toesies. The one horse finally comes down off of its trip and stops talking. But by the end of that day, you make it to the edges of the Boreal Omen River, and off to the east of you, you see a massive set of ruins that have been overtaken by the jungle. Not jungle, but overtaken by the Savalierwood. These are the ruins of Moselmere. or Moselmeyer, however you wish to say it. Those that have traveled north know that you have traveled past here. Great wealth can be made within these ruins. But also there's a lot of dangers that reside in there, because whatever happened here at least 1,000 years ago is what tainted the entirety of the Savalierwood.
Keep going.
Oh, it's about to be nightfall, and you find an outcropping that rises a little bit above the canopy that looks like it used to be the side of a tower. This seems like it would be a decent place to camp, and the snowstorm has actually let up.
All right, so y'all want to go ahead and camp?
I think so.
Might as well.
Sounds good.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and kind of help set up the camp. I'm kind of little to set up the yurt, but I'll help somebody.
Arthur can set it up with the system.
Okay, give me a survival check if you are putting up the tent. And Aku got that. Aku and Asariah get it up, and it's all good. In fact, y'all actually have a stone floor beneath the tent for the first time.
Hell yeah.
What is this ability?
Just pointing at the butterfly that actually turns out to be a rock to come and get you.
I'm going to this time to also cast alarm.
You put alarm around the horses?
Yes.
All right, the two human-footed ones, you see that the college students seem to have crafted crude shoes for them. Like, it looks like it's literally canvas and then like a little bit of leather that was from something on the side, or from the pack on the back of the wagon. But as you, it seems to be working a little bit better. It's probably not perfect, but it's better than, you know, walking barefoot in the snow. So as y'all are going to bed down for the night, who is going to take first watch?
I'll take the first watch.
Me too.
Okay, for whoever is on first watch, go ahead and give me a perception check.
What's your perception?
I have a +4 to my perception.
I'm going to help her with this, with my dark vision.
And the lantern is out again. And Aku is also going to tie Barry with the two horses, so that way if they try to move, Barry can...
I got a 19 perception.
19. Being actually above most of the forested canopy of the Savalierwood is a little bit different. Having the open night sky actually above you with not a lot of trees seems great. And you can see for miles as you look around. In fact, you can see off in the distance the Aurora Borealis start to do its ribbony dance of green and yellows. You can see sporadically in the ruins of Moselmeyer that there are faint fires, probably expedition teams that have gone in there to try to find any remains of treasure. But other than that, you don't really notice anything going on other than it's chilly. The turtle is like hogging the best fire spot.
It's actually a really pretty night tonight.
For a change. I guess we'll go ahead and wake up the second watch, whoever that may be.
I'll take second.
I can take second.
So Aku and Opal.
Yep.
All right, y'all get up to take your watch. Again, you notice that you're able to look out across most of the Savalierwood and can see off into the city of Moselmeyer.
What's your perception?
+5.
Alright, I'll give you advantage.
Thank you.
All right, what's that roll? A 15?
Yeah.
Okay, you don't really notice much else either. Other than Barry's like looking at the horses with human feet, looking at you like, what weird crap have you got me involved in? Looks back at you, then just goes back to being Barry. Other than that, the rest of the watch is pretty calm, pretty quiet. You can hear that somebody has the sleep farts.
Oh, gee.
Gross.
I am glad I'm not in that tent. And I will not go into that tent.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad not to be there at the moment, too.
Who has the sleep farts?
That is up to y'all to determine because they just decided it was in y'all's tent, not the guards.
I
I
said,
didn't say which tent. We just said we're glad not to be in it.
it's the wolf.
Hey now.
Tala's just in there rolling, getting comfy on her back, and all of a sudden,
If she's anything like any of the dogs I know, that's fairly accurate.
She is an angel.
all right, who's got third watch?
Excellent.
And Esmeralda.
All right, so y'all get up for the third watch. Y'all give me that perception check.
Do we have a Aku's lantern?
Yes, it is staying out.
All right, with that 26, you see into space and time. You see the face of your own player staring at a computer screen.
What?
No, you notice that the fires that are down in Moselmeyer go out as it seems like people are bedding down finally for the night fully. Those that decided to actually, you're assuming that's what those fires are. They could be barbarians, you don't know. But nothing seems to attack you, and the rest of the evening goes quiet and restful and peaceful. No magical horses getting created, no attack of treants or dryads. Just a nice, calm, quiet night on the top of a hill in the middle of the Savalierwood. But as you awake the next morning, you notice that the guards have not broken down their tent yet, and that the two college students, so I should say the two Solstice Academy students, have equipped their horses as if they're about to ride somewhere.
Y'all planning on waiting on everybody else?
Yeah, you hold your horses. What's going on?
Eli looks at you. Oh, no, we're not breaking camp. We were going to allow the guards to stay with the carriage here, but we have other business in Moselmeyer. It's one of our other assignments. If you wish to come with us,
You're not going.
that's fine. You don't have to, but we're going into the city to see if we can find any artifacts.
Hold now. This wasn't a barter or any deal.
You're definitely not going anywhere by yourself.
Now, if that's the case, feel free to follow us.
Or how about you just get off your old high horse right there and let's load up and head back towards Palebank.
We can still deliver if they die and get paid. I mean, it doesn't take it with them, it's with the carriers. So if they want to go explore, it's on them.
Alright, look, what do y'all have to do?
We were told when we went by Moselmeyer to camp there and go into the city and do a once-over to see if we can find anything that would be useful for the academy. I mean, magical abandoned city in the middle of the woods? I mean, there's gotta be something in there.
Yeah, more than likely something that's gonna try and eat your face, so... I ain't letting the eggheads go by themselves.
Are you aware of the dangers in there?
Lost technology, wild tainted creatures. Yeah, a lot of it, yes.
You don't seem like you can hold yourself up in a buckle.
Aku's gonna kind of shuffle his feet and think for a moment. Well, if they must go, they need us. I will go to make sure they'll at least mostly be okay.
I mean, magic users can be, stronger than you think, but I'm not letting them go by themselves. We got a job. We're supposed to make sure they get where they're supposed to.
And you're right, we got a job. Take them to Palebank. This wasn't part of the deal.
You think we're gonna get paid if they end up going there and getting eaten by something?
We best get paid more if we're going in the muzzle.
You don't know how some of these people work, do you?
Missy, I've been here most of my life. I know quite damn well how they work, but I also know what's in Mothermere. It's not somewhere you just decide on a whim to stay.
Should I do a history check on Mothermere?
Yes.
See what I know about it?
Yes, you may.
Not much.
All you know is that it is a lost elven city in the Savalierwood.
Well, how about we'll go with you? I don't know. If y'all want to go, I'll go with you, but if I find something, I'm keeping it.
Eli, that's perfectly fine. That's actually part of what the deal is with us. The professor said we can keep some of it, but there's a book he wants if we can find it.
All right, I'll come along.
I have a suggestion. If we need to protect you, we will be compensated. Whether through money or through items. And if you find something, we also receive small compensation. If nothing happens, then nothing needed. We just count this as a day trip and a break.
You can keep whatever you find in there treasure-wise. That's about all the compensation we can give you, because, won't lie, straight broke.
That is fair. Just wanted to check.
Would Aku mind if I ride? I'm going to ask Aku, do you mind if I ride on the back of your steed so I don't have to take my donkey in there?
No, that's fine. You can ride.
I'm little. I'm only like 30 pounds. I'm gonna hop on the back when we get ready to go.
Hell, you could probably ride like up in his antlers if you wanted to. I think we lost other Emily.
I think we lost other Emily. Are you back?
She is back. We're not hearing you though.
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry. They got disconnected.
Cool. So, Asariah and Aku are down to go into Moselmeyer with the 2 young mages.
I think we should wake the guards up and let them know what we're doing so they don't wake up.
Sorry, the guards are awake. They just hadn't broken down their tent. It looks like they're actually setting up still just kind of milling about camp. Like, the guards seem to be aware of this. So what about Ember, Hex, Esmeralda, and Opal?
Now listen, I ain't saying we shouldn't go. If them dumbasses are gonna go in there unprepared, we gotta go with them. But I'm saying when we get to Palebank, we need to have a word with Levy. And when we get back to Shady Creek, I'm gonna have a word with Lenny. Because, like I said, this was part of the deal.
That's fair. Yeah, let's go.
I guess I'll go with you guys.
Where are you at, Opal? Did we get disconnected for a second?
You didn't come across every.
I was asking where you were because I hadn't heard from you.
Me?
Yes.
I said that they shouldn't go alone.
Okay. I was making sure because it looks like connection's being a little spotty right now. So, y'all are all going to head into the city of Moselmeyer?
Alright, listen, y'all two. Egghead, y'all got any necklaces, bracelets, or anything on you?
Say that again, you broke up.
I said to the 2 eggheads, y'all have any necklaces or bracelets or anything like that y'all don't take?
That they don't care about? Is that what you're asking?
No, that they don't, or keep on them.
Like, we're Solstice Academy students. We don't have a lot of jewelry necessarily. We're not allowed to wear it as part of our garb.
Anything. I don't care whether it's clothes, anything that you just don't take off. Just keep on.
You offering to enchant something for them?
It's so when we get separated and y'all dumbasses decide to run off on your own, I can find.
The orc shows that he has an earring.
I'm gonna need that for about 10 minutes.
He kind of sighs, unclips it from his ear. It wasn't actually even all the way through. It was just a clip-on, and he hands it to you.
What about you, Julian? You got anything?
He produces a flask from underneath his robe.
Perfect. I spent about 10 minutes just familiarizing myself with the 2 items that they gave to me, and after about 10 minutes, I give them back.
All right. And with that, I believe y'all will all be heading down into Moselmeyer. We're going to take a short break, maybe about 20 minutes for food and just to walk around. I'm going to stop the stream so that I can have 2 easier to download videos instead of 1 6-hour long one. So we'll be back in about a half hour with the next part of Frozen Vaults.